Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam, or Xjaws, and today I'm bringing you guys another Black Ops game and another dual commentary with another good friend of mine. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's going on, guys? FPS Kyle here.
So, FPS Kyle, I wanted to bring you on here because I wanted to talk about something that a lot of people have been stressing in the past few months, and that is playing the objective, but not necessarily just playing the objective. I wanted to talk to you about what exactly is playing the objective. It seems that a lot of people have been stressing it, like Woody's Gamertag, T Martin, Hutch, ZZR, Grizz. Although it's great, and I love that they're stressing that people go for win instead of just montage clips and stuff. I think that they're mostly stressing that capturing flags is, if you're not capturing flags, you're not playing the objective, and I don't think that's necessarily true. And I want to ask you what you thought about it.
Well, I think you're both probably right here because the thing is, the goal is to win the game. And sometimes you're in a situation where, if you're playing by yourself, for example, if you're playing by yourself and nobody on your team will cap a flag, then yeah, I'll take the initiative and I'll be the guy capturing flags. But if I'm playing and I see that my teammates are have it handled, that we've got A and B in domination and they're just back there at C, then my goal is to just defend flags at that point. I'm not a flag capper, I'm a flag defender at that point. And if I do my job correctly, then there won't be any need from that time forward to capture another flag.
Exactly. We were talking about this a minute ago. If you're doing it right, you'll only have two flag. You said this, but if you're doing it right, you'll only have two flag captures the whole game.
Yeah.
That'll be it. The good teams won't have any defense because they're going to keep the guys off the flags before they even get to the flags. And a lot of people have been. I uploaded a game yesterday where I had 0 captures, and everybody was bitching at me and saying, "Wow, no wonder you got a good score. You had 0 captures." People didn't really watch the game. As soon as I joined a little bit late, so my team had 2 flags already, there was no need for me to capture any flags. It was pretty much done from there. I kept the guys off the flags, and we ended up winning the game fairly quickly because of it. And I think that a lot of people now are going to be saying, hey, don't just look at the score, look at the flag captures. And I see what they mean by that. I definitely see what's going on there. But the thing is the guy who I'll give an example. If a guy goes 40-8 and another guy goes 8-40. The guy who went 40-8 allowed the guy who went 8-40 to capture flags, not the other way around. If the guy who went 40-8 doesn't have any flag captures, it's because he was keeping them off the flags, not necessarily killing them while they were on the flags, but stopping them from even getting to the flags. So
if you can cut the enemy off and before they even get near B, if you can keep them, spawn trapping, like people look down on spawn trapping like it's as bad as hacking the game and having some kind of literal hack in the game, but it's how you play domination in Call of Duty. It's the name of the game.
You described it perfectly. It's what good players do to bad players. That's what it really is. It's what if you can keep them in their spawn and they don't ever make it to a flag, then you played that game perfectly, but you're not going to have any flags captured or defended because they never actually got to the flags. And then you're going to get some jackass leaving a comment on your video saying, oh, of course he had a good score. He didn't capture any flags. He didn't defend any flags. Well, there was none to capture. There was none to defend. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing. Now, am I advocating that nobody goes for flag captures? Absolutely not. I'm advocating that people pay attention to the way that a game kind of played out. Did the guy, ignore it when you're down by 2 flags? Did the guy ignore the flag? Did he run right over it? If he did, then yeah, bitch at that guy. That guy's a douchebag. But if you're 2-capping a team and that guy runs over A and doesn't capture it, he's just trying to make sure that the spawn trap doesn't get fucked up. He's not actually trying to be a douchebag. He's trying to help his team win. And I think that's one of the main things that a lot of people are missing now that the leaderboards show you how many captures you have and how many defends you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see where they were going with that, but still, I think I like the defends. The defends is a good idea, but I think maybe they need to open it up to maybe the general area around the flag. I don't know if that makes any sense. Because, if you're properly defending B, if you're set up on, I'm trying to think, what's the name of the map with the pop-up targets everywhere? Shooting range or something?
Firing range.
Yeah, firing range. If you're set up over there and properly defending B, then they can't even touch it. You're killing them while they're 15 or 20 yards away from the actual flag, and you're defending the shit out of it. And if you do your job right, they're never going to touch that flag.
Exactly.
We played the other night. We lost it. I think there were 4 of us. We lost the flag a couple of times. But if we were playing in a competitive environment, then we wouldn't be running around being silly and stuff. We'd be crouched behind a piece of cover, head glitching, waiting on somebody to come anywhere near the flag. And I don't know why people look down on that type of gameplay.
The way I see it, and I thought about this for a little bit, just like you said, they should open it up to like the general area around it. Basically, think about it like this, guys. If you have 2 flags, the other team only has 1. Their entire goal at that point, or at least what it should be, because if you have only 1 flag and the other team has 2, then if you're not going for flags, you're doing it wrong. So their entire goal should be to go for flags, right? So every single kill that you get while you're controlling the majority of the flags on the map is a defend, in my opinion. Every single kill, because every single time that you kill a guy, you know that that guy's goal was to get past you and get to a flag. That's a defend, in my opinion. Whether the game says it or not is a whole different story, but you're making sure that that guy never makes it to the flag, which is playing the objective.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they went at it. Was a domination game that you're talking about where you got a bunch of bad comments, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why they would. I can understand, like, in capture the flag. Or not really. I mean, you've got to defend your own. I mean, defending your home flag is pretty important, especially now where it just goes to 3 flags and capture the flag. You just got to keep in mind that there's 2 sides to playing this game. There's defense and there's offense, and neither one of them is wrong. You know, I mean, defending your flag is just as important, if not more important, than going after their flag. If you leave your home flag undefended, and you know, it's you don't want. I would prefer to beat a team 1-0 than 3-2. It's the way I look at it.
Yeah, you're talking about capture the flag, how like there's offense and defense. Have you ever seen a professional team play? They play with 3 slayers, 1 objective player, or 1 slayer, 2 midfielders, and an objective player. That's the way they break it down. And I'm not just saying that off the top of my head. They literally assign roles. Fear Moho, if you ever watch him play, he's literally, in Modern Warfare 2 of course, he literally ran around with a UMP silenced and ran for flags. Nothing else. If there was a guy in his way, he'd kill him, but they only need 1 guy to play the objective. It really doesn't take a whole team to go around capturing flags, especially when you're playing against a bunch of guys who are in, a public match and you don't really have that much of a challenge, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on the player. Like, some people are going to have a hard time in domination, and it's actually important that all 6 of them are running at the flag. But I mean, I watch your gameplay, and you're definitely one of the I'd say this for sure. You have one of the best shots of the people on YouTube, and I mean, I would rather have you shooting people than doing what anyone can do, which is basically running to a flag. I mean, I don't want to like make anybody mad, but anyone, I mean anyone, my sister, anyone can move the controller and make their character walk to B. It's pretty hard to pull off like 3-4 man sprays in this game.
People like to argue that, oh well, you can pull off a 3-4 man spray if you're just going for kills. No, if you run around a corner and there's 3-4 guys there, and you can kill them, that's gun skill. That's nothing but gun skill right there.
Yeah, I just have gotten a level 50, and I kept track of how many like sprays I got. I've gotten, I think, 4 or 5 3-man sprays and 1 4-man spray, and like that was through that entire amount of time. So it's not easy. And
you're one of the above average players, like you, and it's not easy.
It's hard. This game is awesome, but it definitely separates the good players from the bad players.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, that's the end of the commentary. Please do me a favor. Go check out Kyle's channel. There'll be a link in the description of this video and an annotation on your screen. I'll see you later. Any last words?
Later. That's all I got.